Premier Battles Academy 19, we are at the quarter-final in Atma, Manchester. If you're with us in the building, make some noise! This is the Apex pop-up shop, the first sort of event we've done of its kind, where we show new merch, couple battles and that, and just have a bit of old laugh, innit? Shouts to Always On Point, shouts to Red Lion Picture for sponsoring the battle. On the right-hand side, show some love for Savant. And on the left-hand side, representing Team Flawless, show some love for Milky.
Team Dialect. It means Team Dialect.
This will be the best edited intro you have ever seen on YouTube. Milky won the flip and decided he started round number 1, so it's round 1 on Milky. Let's go.
Sound are we good?
Yeah!
Let's go, Milky. When you spit that harsh shit, you sound really hard, bro. But I struggle to buy it.
Why is that?
Because you look like Deirdre Barlow. Confused little cunt getting all aggy thinking he's Skepta or Stormzy, but in reality, looks like he's got cerebral palsy. You're telling him Porky's assault who, you're gonna back that? Colt shooter with a dad swag. False rumours kid, I sacked that. You're Walt Jr. in a flat cap. Fucking sad. You'll get a fucking slap, lad.
Oi! What's going on? What's going on?
Let's go, Milky.
Oi!
Wow. You wouldn't fucking do, Milky? I came prepared, Milky. Have you running scared, Milky? When I'm in my motorised wheelchair, Milky. Learn to pronounce words, Gimpy. It's not scared, it's scared. It's not chair, it's chair. I'm not a raper, I'm a rapper. You're not a spurker, you're a Plus you have no swagger. I mean, imagine Briggsy selling him as the face of the league, trying to attract some decent sponsors.
Now, with that being said, he's done his best, albeit...
I mean, imagine Briggsy trying to sell him as the face of the league, trying to get decent sponsors.
Now, with that being said, he's done his best, albeit as part of a weakened roster. But we really do think if we back him, then we can conquer.
Thank you for your time, Lewis. But we're not willing to invest in a league of nonces. He's a monster. And that'd be that, and that'd be that, and he would drop you. So that's one. I'm gonna stop. I can see the guy's vexed, but fuck me. I didn't even mention them eyes yet.
Alright. First things first, you never look better. I mean, you've been watching me close, man. Was that a diss or a love letter? It's really not flattering as you think. It's actually kind of weirding me out. Now stop stealing my flat caps and stop sending all those milk bottles to my house. See, people act like battling is something he was born for, but there's a system he keeps using like sheet music to an orchestra, so how can milk be natural when he clearly has a formula? Like, what you gonna do? Sneer with an ironic distance and clown some shit I said in another battle that you didn't like? Well, if you make bars from other bars, that means half you didn't write, and the other half means nothing without the part that you had to bite. You just take what your opponent said, embellish and revise, and use it to get credit and sell it like it's wise. And that's good writing? I'm fed up with the lies. You're not a writer, Milk, you're an editor in disguise. But Savant, Milky's 10-0. How can you stop him now? Well, I mean, AJ had won 22. He'd barely lost a round, got complacent with his placement. That's what made the shock astound. I feel like Ruiz Jr. rocking you will rock the crowd. They don't think I'll win. It's sink or swim. I'm in the knocking down. He's been playing in the kiddie pool, feeling proper proud. Now he's thrown into the sea, the kid will probably drown. Stranger Things 10 battles in, he thinks he's got the crown. Now 11 is gonna change his life like Millie Bobby Brown. Yes! See, we've seen all you got, Milk, while I'm hardly scratching the surface like barley trapped in the earth is, but itching to dig deeper like an addict cracking the dermis. You're like an Instagram girl. Fake famous and chat bullshit. But you're white, blonde, insecure, jaded and flat worthless, and just like you're right in your basic and lack purpose, now face it and act nervous. You were there for my tryouts to show some candour, because that video undermines any sort of slander. You were stood behind me front and centre, gassing me up like a backup dancer. We spoke after on the academy and the ascension that you faced. You were glad I wasn't here with you. I sensed it in your face, the threat too much to take. Still, you said that I was great. You were hooked from the first line and reckoned I'd take your place while you rose higher. Catch is, I didn't take the bait. You said that I should wait. Now I'm suited up and serving you and ready to take your plate. It's funny, usually heat like this gives Milk a long life, but all you're gonna get is a short one on a long night. Time.
Yeah!
Let's go.
My personals are genuine, yours are bullshit and basic. Called Sam a crackhead for 3 rounds, and they're supposed to rate it. If that's all you've got, how are you gonna take this when this like the Matrix, reality to fake shit? Face it, he's already made stuff up for his next opponent, but if he tries that with me, he can expect commotion. Won't stand there silent, won't respect his moment, interrupt with a whoa, whoa, whoa like Krypton Conan. Won't accept atonement. I'll expose his lies like Rowan Fife. Class war. You're blind if you think there's no divide. I'm here for the love and to socialise. He's here for the views like an ocean drive. Rest never. Immobilised. Bestseller. Prototype. Rep stellar. Polarised. Endeavour. Told to try. Gets better. Won't suffice. Wet never. Known to cry. Ain't the best ever but bona fide. Versus a bedwetter who's thrown aside. And you therefore watch QI. Alone at night. Because a savant means learned, so he knows loads of shite, like how to see 360 without even spinning, how to get to the quarters without even winning. So much knowledge, but there's a piece that's missing, because you clearly haven't learned how to speak to women. Tell you what, do you want to know how you can get some? Try not being a bug-eyed freak who's on the spectrum. So that's 2. I'm gonna stop. Yes. I can see the guy's vexed, but fuck me. We're gonna properly get into them eyes next.
Second round of Savant, let's go!
Milky, you're from Pontefract. I don't even have to add a punch under that. So how about some advice off the bat? The fact you look like a nonce doesn't stop once you rap. Actually, when he started, he called himself the Milky Bar Kid, like it's an image he wants to back. And with all those candy bars he's got, it's only kids that he can attract. He even wrote kid with an extra D in the back just to make his intentions clear to the ones that he's gonna trap. So he changed his name. Drop bar because he has none, he's so sincere. And drop kid because he was tired of provoking fear. But why keep Milky? Bro, you're weird. Full disclosure here, it's just to let the kids know on the low he's still got what they need to feed him when the coast is clear. And if there's any other reason, then it has to be his teething. I mean, I might question his win rate, but one thing I'd never question is Milt's calcium intake. I mean, Milt, you wonder why my eyes are wild. You've been there every time I battled. They're just so confused by your smile. I mean, we see those large whites glisten, but they're like Milky all his life. They can't quite fit in. With teeth like those, he should be sharp and vicious, but still he's no bite like the hard drive's missing. No, I won't bite, but it's black and white. I will kill like apartheid's vision or the far-right mission. We speak the same language, but we're barking different. See, it's sweet if you think he's neat, but I'm too complex to be killed by confectionery. We started different, I'm starving. Listen, you've been punching light since you came from your Mars cervix. Man, I leave more holes than you've been craters than Mars surface. Like when Kratos discards Eris, there's levels to it, we're marking different. No parallels. You pull up looking out of place, your line's half missing. My drive will move you out of space, the car spins different. Watch where you're parking, son. I'm shedding light while he's shaking light, showing the fiend his worth. But if you really back him, you're gassing like Venus turf. He thinks he's leaving Earth, but I can't envision going the Milky Way. I'm bound to leave the galaxy, my starship's different. See, when I go off, you're screwing up your face. When Milk goes off, he's stinking up the place. Still, as a United fan, that may make some of you want to back him and others feel reluctant, but I don't follow football, so for me there's no judgment. But of course Milk sports a red top, he's wet with no substance. It's funny, usually heat like this gives Milk a long life, but all you're gonna get is a short one on a long night. Time, let's go!
This is not a challenge for me. You are my shittest rival. All that galaxy shit, you bit off Tidal. He's already said that to me. We're both four-eyed cunts. Facts. But our vision's worlds apart. It's a Mazza. So whilst the Milky Way's to get glasses from Specsavers, he got his from NASA. It's crackers. Nick, look how they magnify his eyes. They're the size of a velodrome. I don't care. They help me more than you'll ever know. Good. Good. They fucking better, bro. Because that ain't a pair of specs, that's a pair of telescopes. And I will never know how he got a licence. It looks like a carousel starting every time he tries parallel parking. It's alarming, but I feel for him. It's bound to start affecting your motivation when both your car and eyeballs are going round in circles more than Brexit negotiations. But let's talk about your appropriation, because you doing double time against Sam just ain't right. You sounded like Jonathan Ross after a few snake bites, or a spice head spitting over baseline. So many slurs I had to report it to the feds as a hate crime. Out here sounding like a coked up Post Malone. You're fucking hopeless, bro, and you look like you might actually die of whiteness. Type of guy to tweet, Mumford and Sons live are timeless. You utter gimp. Everything about you is dry and lifeless. You boring, blind bastard. You put the sigh in sightless. And they say sight is priceless, and it's true. So whilst you can't even see what you're having for dinner, everybody here sees me as the Academy winner. Time.
We both started on dub. Now John put me on, so no disrespect.
Hold it down!
John put me on, so no disrespect, but you filmed your music video on the pub where you hold the events and spoke on it in the song like the listener's supposed to know what you meant, lowering your appeal 100,000%. No real attempt to blow with the time and dough that he spent, just a fake attempt at it that he could show to his friends like, look what I did, I've been posing again, we're not real rappers but we could go and pretend, big up each other's shit and that's where the promotion ends. See, battle rap's a closed club we want to open up. Apex reflects a sleeping beast about to be woken up. You don't want its eyes to open though, you're hoping we sew them shut. Your forum nerds are circle jerking, your circle's not close enough. Whoa. If it was up to Milk, we'd all have membership cards. He just thought about that and went a bit hard. To get one there'd be a test, Milk would check how you answered. And this event would have an 8-bar secret password. The battles would still be filmed, but they'd never come out, and Apex would be held at Young Crumpet's house. If you're watching at home and you didn't get that, good, don't rewind it. That was an internal reference. There can be no denying a bad habit of this scene that's somehow rising, where you take something that means nothing to those who don't dive in, and leave casual fans feeling divided to appeal to the 9 people it actually vibes with. So this is the first and only time where I'm ever gonna try it. But Milky's into that sort of shite, so I bet that he really liked it. So fuck a forum group think deceiving that you're an issue. I'm only here today so my people could see me spin you, revealing what really is true. The feeble MC within you who's been perceived as a king through the diva leanings he clings to. Your teeth believe in the shit too, that's why they're leaving your lip through, receiving that they can't fit you and need to grow to be big too, cause your head's grown so much it seems like your ego is you. Beneath a disease but I'll rid you, a legion leeching a bitch whose only chance of equaling me is if you were free and your chi to lift you, while Shiva, Shisha and Vishnu are here to seek of Beneath the disease, but I'll rid you. A legion leech and a bitch whose only chance of equaling me is if you were free and your chi to lift you, while Shiva, Shisha and Vishnu are here to seek and assist you. Do I even need to continue? No. Do I even need to continue? I don't really. The smoke's clearly fear increasing and thick too. I've been a beast, now I'll rip through and leave him bleeding and hit blue. Who's breathing weakened and quick to will be deceased as the stiff who was speaking meekly and mistreat his cheek as mean he's sick to. It's grief for leaving and diss you. I'll leave a reef and won't miss you. Yeah. Funny. Usually heat like this gives Milk a long life, but all he's gonna get is a short one and a long night time. Yeah!
Mike, Red Lion, talk about it, Network, Academy quarterfinals, Savant versus Milky. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Savant just layered up, just molted after fucking molted, but I think Milky had the more effective material within them rounds. I think Savant got the third, but I think Milky took the first 2 fairly easily. Savant, slow down if you're doing that multi-shirt. Please.
What did Milky in it? Milky and Savant. Savant. Yeah, I give it Milky. I think Savant. What's his name? Savant.
Is that how you say it? Savant.
Savant,
I think so.
Yeah, I think he like the better structure. It was like technically it was better writing, but like the multis were sick and just didn't go anywhere. Like there was no punchline at the end of them. They were just like showing you can multi. But I think Milky like played the crowd a lot better. Like he knew that he weren't gonna like out structure him, he weren't gonna be out technical him, so he just played the crowd a lot better. And I think that's gonna do well for the academy. So I'm gonna give it to Milky like 2-1.
For Milky and Savant, I actually gave it to Savant. I thought he took the last 2 rounds. Definitely agree with the not really being much at the end of it. But I think there's definitely a better Milky. I'm not saying that he wasn't great, but I feel like the last 2 rounds of Savant just did enough in this particular battle for my particular taste to win the battle. So I've done it first round to Milky, last 2 rounds to